Hey guys, this is Brick and welcome to Dark Souls Prepare to Die Edition. Now, let's get things started. First, I'm going to create a new game, and for those of you playing on PC along with me, use a goddamn controller. Don't use your keyboard and mouse. Those controls are pretty much awful. If you can work it out, good for you, but I'm using a freaking controller because I'm not stupid. Alright, let's make this dude right here. Brick, of course. What else? It's a dude. I'm going to start with the Wanderer class because it's going to keep things interesting, and it's my favorite starting class because the scimitar is amazing. Gift, we're going to go with the freaking Master Key. Everybody should get the Master Key because, especially on your first playthrough, because damn, it's awesome. Really useful. Physique, it's just slim guy. He's a little tiny. His face, I could go with the happy black man, but I think I'll just go with a classic Xena. With some receding hair, because it's all the rage these days. And then we'll get some dark purple hair, because it's perfect. Excellent. You'll never see it anyway. Ever. No one cares.
In the age of ancients, the world was unformed, shrouded by fog. A land of grey crags, arch trees, and everlasting dragons. But then there was fire, and with fire came disparity. Heat and cold, life and death. And of course, light and dark. Then from the dark, they came and found the souls of lords within the flame. The first of the dead. The Witch of Izalith and her daughters of Chaos. Gwyn, the Lord of Sunlight, and his faithful knights. And the furtive pygmy, so easily forgotten. With the strength of lords, they challenged the dragons. Gwyn's mighty lords peeled apart their stone skills. The witches weaved great firestorms. Nito unleashed a miasma of death and disease. Seath, the scales, betrayed his own, and the dragons were no more. Thus began the Age of Fire. But soon the flames will fade, and only dark will remain. Even now, there are only embers, and man sees not light, but only endless nights. And amongst the living are seen carriers of the accursed dark side.
Light and daw.
Yes, indeed. The dark sign brands the undead. And in this land, the undead are corralled and led to the north. Where they are locked away to await the end of the world. This is your fate.
Not gonna lie, my face is pretty good looking. Alright, get used to being a zombie, because you're gonna be a zombie a lot. And I mean a lot. All the damn time, pretty much. Why am I using my mouse? Oh god, I almost... Look at that, look how stupid look how jerky that is. No, I got my mouse, or my controller nice and smooth. Alright, let's get that key and let's get the hell out of here. I guess I'll read these two guys out on the way. We got right stick camera controls, pretty freaking obvious. Beat people up with the right bumper. Nice and easy. And there we have a big, ugly bastard that we're not going to worry about, ever. Killed this poor guy. He has a bag on his head. We got our strong attack, which is just, you know, a stronger version of the regular attack. I know. Shocker. Rocket science. Do some running. Go for a nice jog. We can praise the sun, which was written by not the tutorial guys. Hello. Seem lonely in this corner. Run along this way. Still more people. I'm surprised it actually shows human notes at this point, but I guess I guess it does. Now, if we run right through here, we can stop at our first bonfire, which is basically a checkpoint. It's a hub in which we can save and feel safe, which is a very rare thing in this game. For some reason, I'm running at 15 frames, but we don't have to worry about that. So you're watching on YouTube. And now I'm back to 30. Perfect timing. Let's bust this thing open. Be wary of up. We're gonna ignore that. Imminent fall. Whoa! Oh, hey, look at that. That was pretty well timed. Get away. Now, you can just sit here, if you want, and try and fight. Really won't do you much good. In fact, you will more than certainly get your ass kicked. If you'll see how little damage I did there with my broken sword. So rather than stick around and fight him, you roll in here. Leave him, because he's a jerk. Big, ugly, fat jerk. Alright. Quick note, if you kill him on your first thing right there, instead of going in here, you can actually get his hammer, which is a pretty cool little egg of Easterness, but good luck doing it with the broken sword. That's more of a New Game Plus thing. Oh god, I'm fine. Go in this little side room, grab a shield, read the... You don't need to know about that right now. It's just a bunch of tutorial stuff on how to use the inventory. Raise your shield with left bumper and left trigger, or whatever button it is on your stupid mouse and keyboard. Come up to this guy, grab your weapon, which in my case is a scimitar, which is absolutely wonderful. Go on up here. Shield up. Missed me. Hiya! Hiya! Now that does a lot more damage, doesn't it? Doesn't it feel good? Doesn't it feel good to do damage? Pass through the fog. There's absolutely nothing in this direction, and you can try to get up to that little blue glowy. You won't make it. Now that taught us how to roll or backstep. Backstepping is almost always a bad idea because it's usually not far enough to get you out of the way. Now if we open this up, we can run straight through here, back to where we were. But those doors will now be locked, so you can't get in that way and challenge him again. He has protected himself. And you go up here and just go along. Don't worry about me. Go through this bricks thing and talk to this guy who, if you remember, lets you drop the key down. He dropped the key down for you and got you out of your cell.
Oh, you. You're no hollow. Thank goodness. I'm done for, I'm afraid. I'll die soon, then lose my sanity. I wish to ask something of you. You and I were both undead. Hear me out, will you?
Only because your voice is so silky smooth.
Regrettably, I have failed in my mission. But perhaps you can keep the torch lit. There is an old saying in my family. Thou who art undead art chosen, and thine exodus from the Undead Asylum maketh pilgrimage to the land of ancient lords. When thou ringeth the bell of awakening, the fate of the undead thou shalt know. Well, now you know. And I can die with hope in my heart. Oh, one more thing. Here, take this. An Estus flask. An undead favorite.
Healing potions.
Oh, and this.
Key.
Now I must bid farewell. I would hate to harm you after death. So go now. And thank you.
No problem. Alright. Now, if you don't want to talk to him, you can just immediately bludgeon him and murder him, which is an incredibly cruel thing to do because he's a very nice guy. And you'll also miss out on something later if you kill him. So we're just gonna leave. That stab sound was the sound of him dying. We're gonna face this guy up here. Come on, come on. Shield raised while you just go nuts. And now you're dead. Dead is dead. Deader than Elvis. Use the key that we were just given and roll on with our 15 frames. Now, switching to two-handed will give you a little more damage, but it also, you know, removes your shield, so you just simply block like this, which is nowhere near as effective. And then right here we have the power attacks, which is... That would be a kick if I was using a different weapon, but the scimitar has something different than a kick. It has this little awesome backflip slash, and then jump attacks, which are incredibly strong, but also leave you quite open. Read right here, we got something about resting at bonfires, reviving enemies. Yes, if you rest at the bonfire, all of these guys will come back. And that's just how it goes. That is how the game goes. If you don't like fighting the same enemies over and over again, too damn bad. But don't worry. It doesn't feel as repetitive as it seems like it should. Get behind him and make him explode into a pile of blood. Now, right there we got a nice wall of scary fog, and right there it tells you how to stab someone from behind. And right here, it will teach us how to parry and riposte, which takes some practice. You want to learn how an enemy works before you try and riposte. You want to learn what moves they have. Like that. And then you go like that, and they blow up. So you want to swing your shield right before they come in contact with you. Sometimes it won't work and it'll just be like a regular block. Sometimes you'll totally goof it up and flat out die. But now we enter the white fog. And if we look down, we see an ugly son of a bitch. And if we look at him for a while, you'll see that he's a really ugly... Oh my god! So yeah, don't stand there for too long. Alright, if you look at my feet, you'll see that I have my dead body stuff. So now I have all the souls that I have collected in the bottom right. I have recovered them. Basically, if you die, then you have to make it to where you last died to get all your stuff back. Otherwise, you're going to lose it all. So now we traverse the fog. And once again, we see our enemy. This time, we are ready! Stab! Right in the bonkers. And now we are ready to fight him. Now you're going to want to roll somewhat into his attacks. It's very kind of... sometimes that'll happen. You'll feel kind of stupid. He has a very, very, very wide radius of swing. So you just want to get hits in when you can, but make sure that you have enough stamina, which is the green bar, to roll out of the way. Otherwise, you're going to be stuck. Drink up. Get your party on. Kick his ass. No problem, big man. No problem. Now that we have murdered his stupid ugly face and gotten a key, let's watch this bloodstain, which is the last moments of another player. He was knocked back. He tried to drink, but it was too late. So sad. So very sad. Breaks my heart. Now we push our way out here. And we walk towards our destiny. No, we run! We read this, which says, good job. Go straight ahead. Which is what we would do if we were noobs. But we have something else to do instead. Oh, look. We go right around here, right on this scary cliffside. And we get the Soul of the Lost Undead, which is a stored soul. Stored number of souls. It's kind of strange. Basically, it holds... It's like an item that you use to get more souls, but if you die, you don't lose it. So it's kind of like a safe storage of it.
You, give me warm, give me soft.
You don't have to worry about that. Just pretend it didn't happen, and you'll feel a lot better about yourself. We'll talk about that another time. Go up here, and cutscene initiate.
Only in the ancient legends it is stated that one day an undead shall be chosen. To leave the Undead Asylum in pilgrimage to the land of the ancient lords. Lordran.
And so we have arrived in the land of ancient lords. Lordran, which is really just a super repetitive name, I'll be honest. The land of lords, Lordran. Landlord. So, in Lordran, let's go to these bonfires to level up, which we shall do right before I close this episode. Now, endurance is very important. Endurance is your stamina. It's the green bar. It also increases how much you can carry. And it's also just very freaking helpful. Endurance is probably one of the most important stats. But I have a mission that I would like to complete first. So I'm going to put some points in strength. For reasons that you'll find out later. It's for a weapon that I want to use. Now that right there is another friend. He's about to go on an adventure just like me, only he was better looking. I'm a little wrinkled right now. I'm not at my best. I'm sure you can forgive me. Before I head from this bonfire, I'm going to thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time. I'm done with you people.